Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining me. I'm Cheryl and this is Your Journey Yoga. And today we are going to get some great stretches in there for the hips, lower back, and hamstrings. So if you ever suffer from lower back issues, tight, tense, uncomfortable, pain, these are some great exercises to help alleviate that for you. Go gentle, be kind to yourself, and know that it is a work in progress. All right, so just celebrate that progress. Today we're going to start in child's pose. So on your knees, walking those hands out slightly, pressing your sit bones back towards your heels, and then just continue to walk those hands out. Letting yourself just sink. So depending upon where you are in your day, you might notice that you're a little tighter than normal. If it's first thing in the morning, if you've been sitting a lot, standing a lot, just staying in one place. Or maybe you're feeling fantastic because you've been up and moving around. Moving is medicine. It's so great. Let's extend those arms out nice and long. Hands shoulder width apart. We're going to inhale up to a modified high plank. Shoulders come right over those fingertips. And then exhale, press it back to that child's pose. Glue your hands to the mat. And we're just going to do a few of these. Moving with your breath. Inhaling it up to that modified plank. Exhaling it back to child's pose. Inhaling it up to that modified plank, moving at your pace, your breath, and back to child's pose. Let's do one more. Already I'm starting to feel that lower back loosen up a little bit, getting some blood flowing. Such a beautiful thing. Inhale, lift just slightly and walk your hands to the right, reaching through your left fingertips and press your hips to the left. Well, that feels pretty good. Let your head be heavy. And just a nice long stretch down that left side. Inhale, lift just slightly, walk your hands through center, and then over to the left. Reaching through your right fingertips, press your hips to the right, and release the weight of the upper body down. And breathe. Take in those full, big, deep breaths. Notice what you got going on. We don't want to ignore anything. We really want to be mindful. But don't be judgy either. Just be. Inhale, walking it back through to center. Extend those arms out nice and long. We inhale it back up to that modified plank. This time we're going to add a little push-up. Don't have to. You can just hold that plank and then press it back to child's pose. And again, moving at the pace of your breath, we're going to do that 2 more times with or without that push-up. Listen to what your body needs. Owning up to those pops and cracks as they happen. Just notice, making sure there's no pain or discomfort, tingling or numbness. We meet back in child's pose. We're going to lift through the upper body. We're going to press through the tops of the feet and open the knees just a bit. And as we come forward, we allow those hips to come forward, stretching through the groin a little bit more. And then exhale, press it back. Now you can adjust and you can open up even more if you like. So that big extended child's pose, coming forward to frog and press it back to child's pose. So make this motion as big as you want it to be. Making sure we're not letting that back sway too much. Staying strong and lifted out of the shoulders. Making this the last one. And sit it back to extended child's pose. Now you can pull those knees in a little bit if you need to. But making sure you got plenty of room for your tummy and chest between those legs. You're welcome to stack your hands for your forehead to rest against or keep those arms out nice and long. And let's walk those hands up, coming up to tabletop, bringing those knees together. Walk your hands back, come up to a kneeling position. If you have something handy that you'd like to hold on to, do so. Otherwise, extend those arms out to a T. Shift your weight to that left knee. Right foot steps forward and lean in. Pull your hands to heart center. Those arms in that T just for balancing. Releasing that right hand to the right thigh. Left arm extends to the sky, arching it back if you wish. As you exhale, rotate that left arm back and open as you turn and take your gaze out over that left shoulder. Ah, so nice. Inhale, reach that left arm back to the sky. We turn back to face front and come forward, releasing that left hand to the inside of the right foot. We rotate and reach. Right arm to the sky. Find your breath. Exhale, release that right hand to the right thigh. We rise. Backing it off just a little bit. Open those arms back out to a T. If you need to hold on to something, hold on to it. And we draw that right foot in. Shift your weight to that right knee. Left foot steps forward. We lean in and pull the hands to heart center. As we lean in, you feel that great stretch to the front of that right leg. Left hand to the right thigh. Right arm to the sky. And arch it back. So we get through the front of the hips. We're going to get those hamstrings. Slowly rotate it open, reaching that right arm back. Take your gaze out over that right shoulder. If you like, spread those fingers, see if you can reach any further. Inhale, lifting that right arm, turning back to face front. We rise, releasing that right hand to the inside of the left foot. Rotate your body and reach. Left arm to the sky. Breathe. How are you today? I hope super good. I hope even better in just a few minutes. Releasing that left hand down. Once again, we rise. Extend those arms out to a T. Back it off. Hold on if you need to. And draw that left knee in. Reach to the sky. And exhale, pull those elbows back and down. Open your chest. Oh, feels so good. Inhale, reach to the sky. Let's do that once more. Exhale, pull. Inhale, reach to the sky and release your hands down to tabletop. Tuck your toes, lift your knees just an inch off of the mat. And as you exhale, lift your hips, straighten those legs. Let's walk those feet out to about the outside edge of your mat. Lifting the sit bones towards the sky. Oh my gosh, does that feel good? You know those days when your body's just like, wow, can we do a little moves? Can we get some motion? Yeah, that's my body today. Receptive, mindful. I hope yours is responding the same way. Let's walk those hands back towards the space between your feet and relax the weight of the upper body down. Just notice that shift. How does that little bit of motion, that little movement, that little shift, how does that change things in your stretch for you? Feels right to you? Bring your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. A little tuck of your chin towards your chest, a little roll of those shoulders up and back, and if you like, lift your arms. Now you can keep those palms touching or you can let the palms separate. Perhaps you need a strap. That's absolutely fine if you don't have a yoga strap, if you have a dog leash, a tie, a belt, a towel, anything. You can just hold on to that. A little shift of your weight forward into your toes. And then center your weight. Releasing your hands to the small of the back. And gently let your hands just slide down the backs of the legs, taking a hold of the ankles. Use the strength of the arms to pull the upper body towards that space. A little tuck of your chin, gazing up just beyond your bum. And relaxing arms. Rock back to your heels and spin those toes out. Shift your weight to your heels, lifting through the upper body, and then as you exhale, bend the knees, lowering down to frog pose. And then exhale, extend those legs. Let your head be heavy. Inhale, lift just slightly. Exhale, bend the knees, lowering down, nice flat back to frog. Exhale and extend, lifting those sit bones to the sky. Let your head be heavy. Again, inhale, lift through the upper body just slightly, and exhale, bend those knees, sinking low, hold in your frog, and let's sway our frog side to side. Just breathe. We come back to center, extending those legs, heel toe your feet in to forward fold, and just relax the weight of the upper body down. Find your breath. And let's walk those hands out to plank. Holding your plank position. Find your breath. Let's pull that right foot up about halfway, rotating over to that left side of the foot and bringing that left hip to the mat. Rolling it back, stepping that right foot back. We're going to do a couple of these. Pulling that left foot in, toes turned slightly out. Rotating and releasing right hip to the mat. We turn back and extend left leg. Right foot again comes in, toes turned out slightly. We rotate, left hip touching the mat. How you doing? Release that right hand, step it back. Left foot comes in, we rotate and sit. This time we're going to hold it. Coming back to center, step that left foot back, right foot comes in. We turn and we sit. We're going to hold. We're going to lift out of that left shoulder, extend that right arm to the sky, and then slowly lower that right arm down. Gaze out along that right arm. Give yourself a little prop up with that left hand. Breathe. Now we're going to lift and we're going to reach up and over. Oh, that feels good. Inhale, reach that right arm to the sky, and then slowly release it down. Step it back. Same thing, left foot comes in. We rotate and release that right hip down. We're going to sit and stay. We're going to prop ourselves up with that right hand. Left arm extends up and lower down. Follow with your gaze, looking out towards that left thumb. Breathe. Beautiful stretch to the hip, the rib cage, IT band. We're going to do that lift. Reach it up and over. So nice. Inhale, reach that left arm to the sky and slowly release your hand down. Step it back to plank and lift your hips to down dog. Breathe. Let's alternate bending knees. Walk it out. As you exhale, let your heels sink and just sway the hips side to side. Coming back to center. Shift your weight to your left foot. Right toes to the sky. Exhaling and sweeping that right knee through. Foot comes to the inside to our pigeon pose. Now you can have more of a parallel line with your shin to the front of your mat, or you can have that foot tucked back towards your hip a little bit more, taking care of your knee. We walk the hands forward. You can either extend those arms or stack your hands, or perhaps even stacking fists. Pigeon. Giving some love to those hips. Releasing tension in that lower back. Lengthening the hip flexors down that left side. Lots of beautiful things happening here in our sleeping pigeon. Slowly walk your hands up. Come over onto that right hip. Circle that left leg around. Left foot to the outside of the right knee. Wrapping the crook of the right elbow around the knee. Sit up as tall as you can sit. Working to get both sit bones against the earth. Turn and take your gaze out over that left shoulder. Breathe. What do you notice? What do you feel? Are you being kind? Be nice to that beautiful body of yours. Slowly releasing that rotation, circling that left leg back around, hands on either side of your knee. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, step it back to down dog. And again, sway the hips side to side. Thanks for being here, for tuning in, for supporting. I hope you're loving the channel. I hope your body's loving the channel. Coming back to center. Shift your weight to your right foot. Left toes to the sky. Exhaling and sweeping that left knee through. Foot to the inside. To our pigeon pose. Again, being mindful of the knees. Where does your body need to be today? If today's not a great day for Pigeon, you are welcome to come over into your hip, and just draw that back leg in. No judgment, no criticism, right? And we walk it forward, extending those arms out, or stacking hands, or stacking fists. Give your body permission to be quiet and still, to surrender into this pose without expectations, without any have-tos. Focusing on that breath. Your breath is full of power to release, to let go, to calm, to soothe. And let's slowly walk those hands back up. Come over onto that left hip. Sweep that right leg around. Right foot crosses up and over that left knee. Wrapping the crook of that left elbow around the knee. Both sit bones. Find the mat. Sit up nice and tall. Just holding on. And turn and taking your gaze out over that right shoulder. So that right sit bone might want to lift a little bit. See if you can get it down. That's just going to level out that pelvis a little bit more and make sure we're aligning that spine. Really important. Keeping that length in the spine, space between each of those vertebrae. You can tuck your chin if you want. You can close your eyes if you like. Sometimes I find when I close my eyes, I can really be present in my breath and notice different things that I didn't necessarily, rather than looking out, looking in. We gently release that rotation, sweeping that right leg around. Hands on either side of your knee. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, sweep it back, and step it back to down dog. Let's alternate bending knees. Walk it out. Take a note. How's the hamstrings? How's the lower back? Find in your breath. Exhale, let both heels sink. Take the gaze between your hands and walk your feet in. Here's a true test, a forward fold. A soft bend in the knees so you're not locking out those knees. And then slowly bend your knees. Just coming down, keeping the tummy and chest resting against your thighs as long as you can. A little tuck of your chin. Release your hands. Use the hands to support you on your way down. And let's bring those feet out. Slide on down towards the top of your mat. Let's bring the right knee in and rock it back. Coming all the way down onto your back. Pulling that right knee in. If that pulls on your lower back, bend the left knee. Otherwise, just go ahead and pull it in and let that left leg be long. Flex your foot. Point your foot. Flex. And point, and then roll the ankle. So any kind of combination of that you like, rolling the ankle in both directions. And then just soften your foot. Release that left arm out to a T. We're going to pull that right knee up and out towards your right armpit. So just opening up a little deeper stretch down the front of that left leg if it's long. If the knee needs to be bent, it's okay. Take care of your back. And then through the groin on that right leg, that inner thigh. Now we're going to draw that right knee back to center. Right arm extends out to a T. Left hand takes a hold of that right knee and gently guides your leg across. Turning and taking your gaze out over that right arm. Oh, that feels like magic. Breathe. Slow, steady, deep breaths. Releasing that left hand, rolling it back to center. Go ahead and placing that right foot to the mat, pulling the left knee in, hands to your shin just below your knee. That right knee can stay bent, or you're welcome to extend it out nice and long. Just a deeper stretch through the hip flexors on that right side. Pull that left knee in, point and flex your foot. Roll the ankle. Just play with it. I got some good little pops and cracks going on in my ankle today. Much more this side than the other. All good, because there's no pain, no tingling, no numbness, just noisy. And then soften in your foot. Right arm extends out to a T. We're going to pull that left knee up and out, opening up through the groin, through the hip, noticing activation through those oblique muscles down that right side. I love when you can feel your core muscles working. That's like one of my very favorite things, because we all want to work the core. Core is responsible for balance, for our gait, really a really big tool to make sure that we are standing taller, that we move efficiently. It's good stuff. Core muscles, we love them. Pulling it back to center, left arm extends out to a T, right hand to the left knee, and guide your knee across your body. And then turning and taking your gaze out over that left arm. Oh my goodness, what do you feel? Where do you feel it? This stretch just makes me smile because it feels so good. It doesn't matter if it's morning, noon, or night. It's just amazing. Slowly we roll it back to center. Keeping that left knee pulled in, pull your right knee in, cross that right ankle up and over the left. Bring your hands down, take a hold just above the ankles, and just gently pull your knees in. Now you can stay still or you can rock side to side a little bit. We come back to center and switch. So the other leg is on top, holding on just above the ankles. And again, you can rock side to side or just stay still. We keep those ankles crossed, bringing the hands behind the thighs. Rock it up to easy pose. Sitting up nice and tall. Roll those shoulders up and back. Let your shoulders slide down and away. Turn your palms to face the sky. Drape the wrists over the knees if you like. Bring your index finger and thumb to touch. Otherwise, just relax those hands. Find a comfortable place for the hands to rest. Softness in the face. An ease through the shoulders. A heaviness through the arms. Just breathe. We allow the awareness to be drawn inward, quieting and calming. We allow ourselves to be present in the moment today. Not worrying about yesterday, not anticipating tomorrow, not anticipating even an hour from now, but being present. Whether you're by yourself or with others, be present. Take a moment. Let your mind be clear. Focus on the rhythm of your breathing, each inhale and each exhale. Gently pull your hands to heart center, that gentle touch of the palms. Now guide your hands up the base of your thumbs to the center of your forehead, and just a gentle press. Waking our intuition, reminding ourselves to remain present today. I thank you for joining me today. I hope it's a magical day in every way. Until the next time, my friend, light, love, and namaste.